Everything you promised, it was never true. I wasn't meant to be with you. Everything you flaunted, it made me feel so grand. And I believe that I'd expand. The life that you ruined, well, that belonged to me. To you this was a worthless dream. I was just an insect that you chose to kill. You spoke for me against my will. Now my mind is bothered, I'm not good enough. I'm not that diamond in the rough. I feel I've been slaughtered, a little bit betrayed. Do you feel that this was fair play? You feel you have the right to tell me what to wear, and I'll admit at first that I wasn't quite aware that what you do and did support is not what you believe. This was the one thing that I gained that caused me such relief. Throw ideas on the table and they'll throw you away. Now I'm only dreaming about yesterday. You feel you have the right to tell me what to wear, and I'll admit at first that I wasn't quite aware that what you do and did support is not what you believe. This is the one thing that I gained that caused me such relief. You threw ideas on the table, so I threw you away. Now you're only dreaming about yesterday.
Hello, everyone. It is Tuesday. It is November 12th. It's the first show of November. It's the Mike Strauss Show. Very chill, very laid back. How you doing, everybody? It's going to be a fun one tonight. A lot to talk about. Because it's been a while. We have Motorsport Games to talk about. We have PGA Tour to talk about. We have Ubisoft to talk about. Madden to talk about. College football to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. Maximum football news. Dirt Racing fan, good evening. Never apologize about not being able to sub. Never. I'm never going to do it. Justin, I know. The benefit is, you can go, I mean, you watch one, you watch the other on demand. Tonight, we're just chilling, though. Not much of a big formal show. I'm working, so a big reason why is built a new computer, and I have to redo all of my graphics, and I haven't gotten around to doing all of those graphics. That's been the biggest thing. I just haven't gotten around to doing all those graphics yet, like the updated graphics and overlays and in OBS and like the alert systems and stuff like that. I haven't gotten to that, so we just haven't had it yet. So we're just hanging out. We're talking. Dirt race, yeah. They it's not looking good for them. Yeah. For those wondering, so my lights are bright. They are. They're very bright, but this is what happens when I turn them down. You ready? Here, I'll turn them down. First off, this is what happens when I turn my lights off. We don't want that. I mean, some people might. Some people might want that. Let's be real. Some people were like, you know what? You never look better, Mike. Some people might want that, but you know, I can turn them down. Yeah, we'll turn them down. That looks better. We'll turn them down. I have Maction football going on the TV over here, Buffalo and Ball State. Buffalo can get to bowl eligible, which would be nice. First year under a new coach. We have a lot to talk about. We'll get into the Motorsport Games stuff in a minute. One of the big things, and I posted on the channel, and it feels like I'm the only one that's covered this news. And you'd think for a sport as big as the PGA Tour or League and golf that it'd be more covered. But I was the first to report on this because when I was listening to Take-Two's earnings call last week, towards the end, their CFO, Laney Goldstein, let out a nice little, I don't know, slip of the tongue, I guess, because I don't think it was meant to be said. And she was asked about the bookings for quarter 4 of 2025. Now, how they do their quarters is April to March is how they do their financial year. So Q4 2025, they were looking as far as to why things were looking a bit better or higher in estimated bookings. And she said that they noticed that like Civ 7 releases in quarter 4, but they also have WWE coming up in the quarter, which is good for them. But, and then they say, quote, we also have our PGA title releasing in the quarter along with the WWE title. And last year they just had the PGA title. So with that, it comes along the lines of this is confirming that a new PGA Tour title is coming. And there's been nothing said elsewise. I've reached out multiple times to 2K and Take-Two about this. I've reached out to HB Studios, the developers. Not a single person is getting back to me. I feel like it's because it wasn't meant to be said on the call. And if you don't believe me that was said, you can go listen to your call yourself on Take-Two Interactive's Investor Relations. There are transcripts available online. There are recordings available online of the earnings call. She said it clear as day that there's a PGA Tour game, a PGA title coming next year. What wasn't talked about at all during that call was the NFL 2K title. They didn't mention NFL 2K playmakers. They didn't mention a damn thing about the upcoming NFL 2K game. And that has me thinking that NFL 2K might be dead. Captain Huss, good evening. Good evening, sir. Welcome. Happy to see you guys. I have a feeling, I can't confirm that it is, but I have this weird feeling that NFL 2K might be dead. And I don't know, maybe they are hoping for EA and the NFL to not agree on an extension of the sim license, and that's what they're preying on. But it's tough for me to think that. I just think right now that, it's the best kept secret. Because everybody I've talked to has no update on it. They don't know what's going on it. They don't know what's happening. They don't know where the status is. Nothing. No one knows a thing about it. And it's been frustrating. So I don't know just if the game... I know the game, obviously I've reported, it got restarted multiple times. But... Why can't... But I'm trying to think of how I want to word this. NFL, the wild card football was supposed to be kind of what the NFL 2K game was. Saber Interactive was no longer under the 2K license. They were gone, Embracer and all that. They got to do their own thing. And there's been nothing since. Wildcard football, I think, was supposed to be the NFL 2K game. They're not going to confirm it, but that's what I think. Was listening to the Dale Jr. download. This is going to be a lot of just a chill, relax, not my typical, like, topic. I'm going to answer as much as I can. I'm going to just hang out, talk. We'll play some games a little bit. I do want to talk some Maximum Football as well. But I think with the next show coming up, maybe we'll go back to the more formal podcast style show, radio show. But I do like just talking and hanging out. Any news about the new Fight Night? There's nothing other than what I reported. Also, if you're on YouTube and you want to guarantee your question get answered, you can leave a super chat. You never have to subscribe. You never have to donate. You never have to leave a super chat. It does help me, but you never have to. Don't ever feel obligated. I will get, as long as things are coming in a regular pace, I'll get to everything. But if things start coming in crazy, I might miss a couple here and there. But I try not to. So any news about the Fight Night? Yeah, EA's keeping it under wraps because it's been started and stopped so many times. I don't think they want to say anything until they are 100% that it's coming out, if that makes sense. Why can't 2K hop on the college train with 2K College Hoops? So they've talked about it. They talked about it when they were asked about college football. I'm trying to find the actual message that they addressed, because they talked about FIFA. And called themselves, but they wouldn't talk really. Because they did get asked about a college basketball game, Strauss-Zelnick, on a recent earnings call earlier this year. So, an earnings call earlier this year. Take-Two CEO Strauss-Zelnick was asked about it, and he said, he was asked basically about getting into college sports after the success of college football, and he said it's something that they've looked at and they're keeping a close eye on, but they have nothing to announce. So we know that they've done it in the past, where they've had colleges in NBA 2K, you know, like for your my player and stuff like that. You started in the college and whatnot, but they never went further than that. I'm interested to see that potential, because they already have, I mean, people might get upset as like, well, it's just a reskinned NBA 2K, but when you have the best sports sim gameplay wise on the market, because on the gameplay wise on the market, NBA 2K is best. It's everything else surrounding the gameplay that is the problem. Like with me, I wouldn't be surprised to see them try. I think they're really waiting to see how. And you got to think, though, college football is a much more financially viable sport than college basketball. So there's probably, I can almost guarantee, a lot of R&D being done and evaluations on what they could stand to earn versus the cost of development to get a college basketball game out within the next 3-4 years. Guarantee you that's been talked about for a while. It's just nowhere near being announced if it ever is. That's the question. That's the thing. We just don't know if it's gonna happen. The FIFA and 2K stuff is still up in the air. FIFA did announce their deal with eFootball to do for the eFIFA World Cup, but we have nothing about where things stand on the negotiation between Take-Two, 2K, and FIFA. They were there, they were close, but things have kind of just gone down. Let's see, what else do we got? Listening to Dale Earnhardt download and TJ Majors be good. I want to see multiple spotters. I would like to see multiple spotters in the game, and I'm interested to see how that works. And they're gathering music for the playlist. Yeah, that's cool. I'm still so upset. I was really hoping we would have saw a screenshot or a tease this past weekend surrounding the championships, but we didn't. So my guess is we get our first look around Daytona. And again, like it just might not be at that point, but they have October, less than a year now. We're less than a year from that October release. Though it is weird. I think October release isn't the best. I think if they were going to release it that late in the season, just hold it until February of 2026, which could still happen. You know, they could come out and be like, you know, we need some more time, so we're delaying it, and then release it around the Daytona 500. I still think that's the best way to handle things. Release it around the Daytona 500. The American government is so weird. It's so weird. Are you going to watch that Madden documentary? Which one? That's the question. Which one are you talking about? Because there's a few in the works. There's a couple at least I know in the works. Hubble. Which one? If you're talking about the one for Amazon, yes. And there's a good chance I don't know if I can talk about it. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to use it. But let's see if I can find it. Okay. Let's see. I just want to see if I can find it. I was reached out. There's nothing that says I can't talk about it. I was reached out about including work that I've done in that documentary. I don't know if it's actually going to be used, but I did sign paperwork and contracts and stuff. But I was asked, yeah, sorry. I was seeing if there's anything in the contract that said I couldn't talk about it. I can't talk about what's in the contract or what they'd be using. But they did reach out about possibly using some of my work. I don't know if it's actually going to be used or not, but we'll find out. You know what? That reminds me, I should reach out about that. I'll reach out about that tomorrow. I want to know more about GTA 6 trailer 2 and the roadmap. I still think we get the GTA trailer around the Game Awards in a month. I think by in December, we'll get a new look at the game in some way. The roadmap for Undisputed. So they've told me a couple things I can't talk about. but they are still planning for it's still planned for December for the first major update, and this update will be they're aiming for it to be a massive one. They're aiming for it to be a massive one. Yeah, I'm gonna see. I want to actually see. Let's see where. Yeah, I got this. Back in September, I had talks with them. Yeah, it follows it. It would be used. The work. Okay, there's nothing that says I can't. I want to talk about it, but I want to make sure I can talk about it. You know what I mean? I want to make sure document's been removed. Summary, I signed it. Document's been removed. Okay, so I can't access it. But yeah, I did get reached out about having work I did in it. Could EA Fight Night be paused again? 100%. It's been paused 3 different times. 3 times, at least to my knowledge, it's been paused. What do you mean they're not adding big games anymore? Huss. What year do you think we could see Fight Night? I think 2026 would be the earliest, but my mind would say 2027. 2026 could be the earliest, but my mind, if it comes, it will be 2027. Because the plan is for the next Fight Night or UFC to be done for next year. Because it usually releases every other year, but because of the transition to Frostbite, they took an extra year for the UFC 5 development, so I think UFC 6 is next year. I mean, so Game Pass doesn't usually add stuff like that. You're looking at, I think you're talking about EA Play. Game Pass has EA Play, so they usually don't add the EA games to it. It's EA that would add it to their platform, and then it would be available on that it would be available then on Game Pass if it's on EA Play. Because if you look like the Madden, Wild Hearts, NHL, Need for Speed Unbound, those are all available on Game Pass because of EA Play. I feel like I've missed a couple things. So, yeah, I think you mean, okay, I see you, Huss, what you're talking about. Yeah, EA Play, I don't know what they're doing with EA Play. I honestly have no idea. I'm wondering when they are going to put, usually it's about 3-4 months after a game launches that they put it on EA Play. And I'm wondering if they ever do it with college football. I don't think they will because it keeps being one of the best sellers every month. So, I don't think they're going to do it with Madden for a while, you know what I mean? Obviously, NHL just came out a month ago. What do we got? When could we see an announcement for both UFC 6? UFC 6, I think... I think we see an announcement spring and for a summer or October release. Late summer, early fall release. Fight Night, a couple years away, at least. If Soft Drink Sports and Angry Joe being in the documentary frustrates me, if he is. I've never been a fan of his work, because it's just one thing. Also, you think for someone with as much money as he makes, he would have a better headset mic for when he does his videos, you know. You'd think. Soft Drink is very thorough in what he does. He is one of the most thorough of what he does. Yeah, I can't believe I missed the Madden trailer. I need to find that though. We're gonna watch that. Let's see. I'm gonna shoot an email now, just to see if things. So about Undisputed, how do you put an article this week after confirming whatever you can talk? I can't talk about anything I've been told. That's the problem. I want to. I have an article almost pretty much I can put together whenever, once I get the green light, but I just have no green light to talk about it. And that's the one thing with this business, I don't like burning bridges when I've agreed to withhold or I'm getting information to withhold and things like that. It might, but it's not really about the if Angry Joe's in the documentary, it's not really about the brand of Madden. This is the story of the game. EA probably had some input in things, but I doubt it's anything that's they have a say in what actually gets covered. Is any rumors about PlayStation? So there's a rumor that it would happen around December 3rd, or they're going to at least announce something on December 3rd at or around, because that's the date of the 30th anniversary of the console, the original system's launch in Japan. So I think around there. Intelligent Savage, how you doing? Good evening. Thank you. I do agree. I haven't done the housekeeping. Guys, if you could like this video if you're on YouTube, subscribe. The more you like and things like that, the more it gets recommended. So the more it gets out there and helps. I am so close to getting YouTube partner. So I can actually, make some income and help support my family. So you guys watching alone helps with it because of the view duration, things like that. You guys help a lot just by watching it, especially on the YouTube side of things. Do we see PGA or WWE 2K5? So WWE 2K25, they're going to be doing the same thing they do usually every year around the end of January, around the Royal Rumble. So this end of January, February, around the Royal Rumble, they're going to be doing their creator invites for 2K25. That's when we'll hear the first of it. That's one thing. I'm glad you brought that up. There's a stupid rumor going around on social media about WWE bringing back SmackDown versus Raw, that series 2K Games. That's not true. I've heard nothing. I have personally heard nothing about SmackDown versus Raw being the series coming back as the game series. The WWE 2K, especially because of the NXT side of things, WWE 2K is what it is. It makes no sense to have SmackDown versus Raw be a thing. It makes no sense whatsoever. What else do we got question-wise? That's why I want to find that. Well, I want to share this. Let's watch this together. Let's watch this together.
Video game history.
Welcome to John Madden Football.
It's in the game.
It's in the game.
I guarantee you, baby, it's in the game.
this was a piece of culture. It wasn't just a video game.
I'm one of these guys who got into football through Madden.
My first dream was try to make it to the league, so I'm kind of living my athletic dreams through this game.
They want to know what it's like to be Troy Aikman. I'm going to play Troy Aikman.
Some of the best players to ever play have graced the cover of Madden.
But we were starting in complete chaos. We weren't seeing progress.
Most of us at EA wondered if the game would ever get finished.
We just didn't think that would amount to anything.
Bam! Doink! And boom!
We needed some firepower.
X-Men defense!
John Madden was the man.
Coach Madden was ready to completely change the game. But I remember John saying, don't do anything to screw up my name.
John walked in, looked at the demo, and said, "What is that?"
We were very close to the deadline.
Do we have what it takes to make a hit? For John, it had to be authentic.
If I'm going to be part of it, it has to be pro, it has to be realistic.
This changed all of gaming.
There was competition coming from every angle.
It's impossible to stay on top.
Man's in real trouble.
We needed some gambles.
Offensive plays, defensive plays, everything authentic in the game. The clock is ticking, and we didn't have an agreement with the NFL.
How is somebody 9 points better than me?
Every year, it's the same thing!
Yeah, who gave me this rate? And probably some computer scientist geek.
I have the credibility to critique those and let them know why they are where they are.
Signing a contract, being drafted, these are all big things. But another big thing is getting in the game.
When I was a kid, everybody loved it. Didn't matter if you were a sports gamer or not. That's the goal.
I remember talking to the kids who weren't really into sports. We would like connect on things that normally we wouldn't connect on.
The joy and the fun of the first time you played Madden with your friend, we have to pay homage to that. That's a magic thing.
Waiting my whole life for this.
Players look at Madden as a reflection of who they are.
Touchdown for Tyree.
You can learn everything from playing a video game.
We're on top every year.
It's going to get bigger and bigger.
It's in the game.
So that looks absolutely fantastic. So you brought up why would they have, you might be overthinking it, Hubble. If they're making a documentary, I wouldn't want the guys that are clamoring for you to lose license. The thing is, they have to do it from all sides, right? If you're going to do a documentary or docuseries on this game, if you're going to do it, you can't just have this puff piece, you know? We know about the origin of Madden already. Like, G4 back in the day, in the early 2000s, you know, if you've never watched it, back in 2002, 2003, they did an episode. It was called G4 Icons. They did an episode about Madden. They talked about the start of it. How Madden would come in and they would see, like, he saw 7-on-7 on the screen at first, and he goes, "Nah, that's not football." And he had them rewrite the game. They had 7-on-7 to start, and he's like, "Nah, that ain't it. If you want my name on it, that ain't it." And it's got to be as realistic as possible, even in 1989, right? So, you know, they had a lot of work they had to do. And they got to cover it from all angles. So what I was asked if could be used was my coverage, my exclusive on the negotiations of the license. That's what I was asked to have a part in. So we're gonna. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Not sure if I just PS5 yet. Did Madden College Football get the enhancement update? I don't know if they've gotten it yet, but they are going to get them. But we'll get to that too. I'm all over the place because we're not doing the traditional thing. Good evening, Saber, by the way. But yeah, Madden has kind of rebounded too. Madden is back within the top 10 and whatever of the weekly average users on both consoles. They're back. It's back in the top 15 on Xbox. It's back in the top 10 it's back in the top 10 on PlayStation, and it's doing better. The game is still not in the greatest of spots, but compared to years past, but it's still going to make a boatload of money for EA. Am I trying to unlock different camos in Black Ops 6? Dude, I haven't even bought Black Ops 6 yet. I don't have the money. I won't get Black Ops 6 probably until it goes on sale for Black Friday or for the holidays, because I just don't have the money to spend on it. Which is the nature of this business. Like, I have 3 kids, a wife, and a family to take care of, and a mortgage to pay. So yeah, it is what it is. Eventually I will get it. Eventually, because then I also have to re-up my PlayStation Plus. So that's what's kind of stopped me as well. I have to do both. So I just haven't gotten it yet. And we'll see when that happens when I do get it. That's why if you guys could like this video on the red site, follow on on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube. It helps the reach, and it helps me get to that point so that I can buy the game because of ad revenue. You know, that's why I run the ads. If you notice the ads, I don't want to run as many ads as I do, but the difference between running 3 minutes of ads in an hour and 2 minutes and 30 seconds of ads in an hour is a big chunk of change. That helps a lot. So here's something I wanted to talk about too. PlayStation and the PS5 and the Xbox Series consoles are 4 years old this week. PS5, 4 years old as of today. Xbox, 4 years old as of October 10th. Or November 10th. What do you guys think about the state of the current gaming console generation and where things stand? What do you guys think of it? Because, to be honest, I don't feel like it's ever really started yet. I don't think we're likely halfway through the console generations, if not a little bit more than halfway, and I don't think it's really fully started. And I'll tell you why. I will tell you why. My view is very anti-consumer, people will say. When new consoles come out, I think you have an 18-month window for games to still release on the last gen hardware before you move on, and you're done. Before you are done. After that, you have to move on to the new hardware, because you're taking away resources from however many, depends on the studio and whatever, but you're taking away resources for the current gen build to make sure it works on the last gen. That's development time and money that you could be spending and using over here that you shouldn't have to. Then you have games like Call of Duty and Madden still coming out for last gen, despite I know they're not getting the newest features, but you're still releasing them on those systems. I don't care for it. Leave the last gen behind within 18 months. And if it's a case of people not wanting to move on and get the new systems, well, you have to give them a reason to. So, like on the PS5, yeah, there was Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. There's Spider-Man 2. On Xbox, there's Starfield. You know, Grant, Starfield was... You have your own thoughts on it. But Indiana Jones is going to be another next-gen only game. Or current-gen only. And you got to give... College football was a big console mover. A big one. But you need to have these games that you literally can't get on other platforms to sell these hardware. To sell this. And I don't think we're in a stage where the generation is going well. Right? I don't think we're in a good stage. Like, PlayStation has sold 65 million PS5 units, or Sony has sold them. I don't know. Let's see what VG Charts has. I don't know what they've sold as far as consoles. Let's see how many Xbox Series X and S have supposedly sold 28.3 million combined as of June 2024. So that's where we're at with those. So PlayStation is outselling it by like 40 million, but I still don't think, I mean, you had the beginning with the pandemic and things like that, but that regulated and things got better. I do agree. Like, I see comments there. B Dizzle, it started slow, very. Is the Xbox Series a failure? It kind of is. It kind of is. What Xbox has going for it is the quick resume feature, which is fantastic from people I know who have the console, and the Game Pass access. But okay, guys, real quick, I'm going to go refill my water and take a break. I will be right back in about 5 minutes, if that. So in the meantime, don't go anywhere. I just need to refill my water and make sure my son is okay, because I hear him rumbling about. So I will be right back momentarily.
Trembling, trapped in the flames as our house burns down. Left for dead 'cause we can't find common ground. We can't find common ground, so we agree to burn it down. We can't let it burn down, so we need to find common ground. It's so hard to find the truth when the other side wants to bury you, to bury you. And it's so hard to find the way when the other side wants to play it like a game. It's all about who's wrong and who's right. Don't wanna learn, we just wanna fight. If different thinkers are enemies, just think of what we could be. If our thoughts were in harmony. I know we both want to do the right thing, but the needle in our compass is trembling. Trapped in the flames as our house burns down. Left for dead 'cause we can't find common ground. We can't find common ground, so we agree to burn it down. We can't let it burn down, so we need to find common ground. We're stuck in a maze of conviction. Living that place, back to the beginning. Build this wall. Find that is wrong and who's right. Don't wanna let we just wanna fight. We've been burning the line between dreams and reality. Only the truth can set us free. I know we both want to do the right thing, but the needle in our compass is trembling. Trapped in the flames as our house burns down. Left for dead 'cause we can't find common ground. Your heart's in the same place, but your mind is a million miles away. And it's forcing us to separate. Your heart's in the same place, but your mind is a million miles away. And it's forcing us to separate. But your mind is a million miles away. What you think about When you're born into a fire, let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out.
Hello, everybody. I'm back. Thank you for waiting. Recently got a PS5 and enjoying it, getting it a fan for it at Xmas. I don't think it has a heating issue, to be honest. One thing I do recommend, Dirt Fan, is get another hard drive for it. Get an M.2 SSD. How well is college football selling to date? It's the best-selling game. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's the best-selling game of 2024. It has outsold every game in 2024 so far. Ever put a college basketball game out other than graphics update? What would you like to see gameplay different? I would like gameplay more on par with... People are going to hate me for it. People are going to hate me for this. I liked NCAA 10's gameplay. It had a much better presentation too. Dynasty was weaker. NCAA 10's gameplay I thought was more enjoyable from a pick up and play standpoint than NBA 2K, to be honest. It's just how I felt. What I would like to see overall game different. I just want, it's tough to say because it's been 15 years. Anyone trying new TJ Tour? I'm going to get it when it comes out. I'm going to get it. Any news about the NASCAR 25 game? I was really hoping we were going to have something by now, like a screenshot or something. Like we have the 2 developer diaries. A new developer diary just came out like a week ago. Excuse me. But I was really hoping we would have seen something from like a screenshot by now. But unfortunately we didn't. You bought a PS5 just for... See, that's what a lot of people did. The Xbox Series S, Hubble, the Series S sold more around college football's launch than it had at any point in the console's lifespan. That's how well that game... I hope they don't. I hope they don't. Gears. Oh, so do we have any... Yeah, IndyCar Dirt Fan. I saw your thing about IndyCar too. It looked good. I don't know if you guys remember me posting the screenshots because someone sent me the screenshots, a teaser trailer that they had ready to go from Motorsport Games, a bunch of stuff last year, and it looked good. It looked good. It was just a very dry, bare bones game for how much work, how much time they had to do it, and IndyCar wasn't happy at all. They weren't happy whatsoever with how that was going. Exactly. It sold a lot because of the price. Any info on the lacrosse game coming out? So I'm actually reaching out to the developer tomorrow to see when and if he's ready to talk about Lacrosse 25. Because the last thing is there's early beta. They're working on it. Coming up soon, but I haven't talked. It is going to be more on the arcadey side compared to the past. I'm wondering how it's going to be different. It is going to be a field one, obviously, like the past one. There's not going to be a box one. My goal is to make enough money to where I can help fund the development of a new box lacrosse game that I can then license to the NLL. That's a dream of mine. That is a dream of mine. We'll see if that actually happens. I don't know if it will, but we'll see. Have you guys played Maximum Football yet? I want to know your thoughts about it. I want to know your thoughts. Oh, we have the college football playoff rankings. Georgia is the first team out. Georgia is out right now in the college football rankings. They're doing the reveal right now. Ole Miss has jumped in. Alabama's up to 10. Boise State sits at 13, but they're 12th because of the Power 5. Oh, Dirt Fan. The MSG News. So last week I reported that Motorsport Games was likely they were set to get ready to announce their third quarter earnings. If you follow me on Blue Sky or Threads, which is where I'm active more, by the way. Blue Sky and Threads are the two places I am much more active. Because I'm trying to be compared to, Twitter and Popcorn Fart's website. So they were due to announce the earnings call, and I've heard through the grapevine that we should hear more about what their strategic alternatives could be rather soon, if not that day. No, I don't. I'm only on there because of work and because I have my blue check mark that I stupidly paid for. But the benefit is, so it was supposed to expire in September, and I forgot to turn off auto renew, and it auto renewed. But the benefit is my October payout from Twitter paid for my year of Twitter Premium. So yeah, most of my stuff is going to be on Threads and Blue Sky, though. I'm trying to get it. Insider Gaming's on there too. Now I convinced my boss that we needed to move over there and start doing things there too. Anyway, back to Motorsport. So we should be hearing something about those strategic alternatives soon. I have heard a lot that they are close. I think you had brought it up about Chapter 15. I've heard a lot of the same talks that they are close to announcing or filing for bankruptcy protection. And it stems because of that vote that failed on October 25th of creating 900,000 new shares to sell to investors. And current investors were like, no, you're not just creating shares out of the blue to sell with hopes of something that's not going to happen. And then the second vote that failed was not having another. They're like, we're not going to even revisit this. Like, they had a vote to approve the share sales. That failed. And then there was another vote. Hey, can we come back to this later? And then that was like, no, we can't. So Motorsport Games is not in a good place. And I hate it. So many people, so many great people worked there that no longer work there. And, even their PR site, on their press releases, they still have, or their announcements, they still got PR@motorsportgames.com as an email account. It's not actively managed. So I guarantee you email them and it goes to nothing. It goes to absolutely nothing. Is Blue Sky like X? Yeah. Blue Sky is Twitter Lite. Here, I can even show you. Let's show you real quick. Like, literally, it is just... It looks like Twitter. It acts like Twitter. It's made by a development team that used to be at Twitter, and I'm very new there. Very new. But I'm there, and I'm also on Threads. Though it sucks when you've built up this audience at Twitter, right? You built up this audience, almost 12,000 followers. I appreciate every single one of them. I love every single one of them. And it sucks trying to leave and grow elsewhere, you know what I mean? It really does suck. So that's why I'm still there for now. So what happens to Studio 397? I think that's what they're trying to figure out. I honestly think what's holding everything up is they might be trying to find a buyer for them, and the Le Mans Ultimate game and R Factor and stuff like that. I think that's what's holding it up. Is trying to do right, I guess, by that. Because, even update on the Xbox sales, I think they're up to about 30.2 million. But even on... So they wanted to bring Le Mans Ultimate to console. I think that might be dead because they can't get the funding for it. And Le Mans Ultimate, I mean, it's got its dedicated fan base. It hits a peak usually on the weekends of about 800 people, and on the weekdays of about 550 to 600 people. And it's a big UK overseas EU popular game. It's not really popular in the US. And you can tell by that based on the number of people that are currently on it being 111 people right now. It is not a popular game in the US. Yeah, and I do wonder too. I do wonder if filing for like Chapter 15 would allow them to relocate their headquarters out of the US and move them permanently into the UK. There's always that possibility because right now their headquarters are technically still Miami. Technically. So I'm interested to see what happens there. Anyway, Maximum Football. Have you guys played it? What are you guys' thoughts on the football of Maximum? Oh my God. Dude, don't even. No, the thing is, I know they closed the building, but it's still listed as their headquarters. It's still listed as their headquarters. I hate you so much. I hate you so much for that. Yeah, Dirt. God damn it, you threw me off. Dirt fan. Yeah, Miami is still listed. If I go to, I believe, yeah, like even for that meeting that they had, Miami was still listed. Miami is still listed as the headquarters. 5972 Northeast 4th Avenue, Miami, Florida. Still listed as the headquarters on all of their documentation, like even if they're the recent like SEC filings. Saber Dodger heard that EA is working to get the FIFA license. I haven't heard anything like that. I don't think they're working with FIFA at all. I'll be surprised if FIFA goes back to them. I will be. Though, you know, if enough money's thrown around, you got to think they're going to be like, okay. If they throw enough money at FIFA, they would. But the thing is, they've proved they don't need the FIFA license to do anything. They're fine on their own. They're completely fine on their own. Did you guys know about the story about the old Tiger Woods game? Tiger Woods 99 South Park. On the original copies of Tiger Woods 99, you could put that in a disc player, like your computer CD player, and load up the files, and you would have the original Spirit of Christmas special, like short from Tiger Woods or from South Park. They put it on there, and they forgot to take it out. And it's very rare, but you can literally throw it into your computer, into a computer's disk drive, and watch the Spirit of Christmas South Park special. I'm pretty sure, are you talking about Spirits Baseball, Buford? Because I'm pretty sure it's Japanese baseball. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can play it and buy it. People are playing it. Let's see. Yeah, MLB. Let's see. Nope. Professional Baseball Spirits, is that it? Nope. Yeah, Pro Baseball Spirits. I don't know if you can buy it. Can you buy it on Steam? Let's see. I feel like you should be able to. You can't buy it on Steam here. Coxie. There's news coming on that. I believe there's news coming on that. I don't know for sure. but I'm hearing a lot of rumblings that there's news coming on it. And everything's well. I got I had a death in the family on Sunday. I have that coming up over the weekend or tomorrow, a wake and stuff. I wasn't super close with him because he was a very quiet, reserved type of person. But I mean, it's still family. Still my aunt's husband, and it sucks. It sucks. You know, him and my aunt married for over what, 50 years. Yeah, one thing that bothers me, it just messes with my head. It's like, you know how you can tell a marriage was successful? One of the ways you can tell how successful a marriage was, one person ultimately will watch the other pass away. And it really messed with my head. Really messed with my head. Tomorrow, by the way, I will be talking with James Lynch, sports journalist, great guy. I met him in 2017 when UFC 210 was here in Buffalo, covering that. But I will be joining him to talk the NHL. We'll be joining him to talk NHL, talking the Sabres, Nashville Predators, everything like that. It's gonna be a good time. Also, the Nashville Predators, man, that team is just a popcorn fart. Just so disappointing. Thank you guys, by the way. Thank you. Heard that EA's back developing Fight Night. Is that true? I mean, they've been developing it. It's back in development. It's currently being worked on. And you heard it here. Well, if you're new, first time chat, you heard it. It's from me. So if you found it elsewhere and they're not linking to me, you need to tell me. You need to tell me. Anything on the development of the high school football video game? I'm working on getting some more information on that, some more exclusive stuff. But you can follow them on Twitter. They're on right now, Varsity FB Game. They just released a development update not too long ago. November 1st, they released their latest update of them doing mocap for... They're going to be doing another playtest with the Minimap QB mode, Minicamp QB, or mini camps where you can play as QB. Some updating to the sim engine and box scores and stuff like that. And they've also been capturing... they've been doing a lot of game capturing for defensive backs. Also, they have a really good UI update. Let's pop that over here real quick. The update to the UI, it's small, but it's something like this type of stuff just I really like. So this was the latest update from them. So you could see play camp, play test coming up, mini camp mode, QB, dynasty regular season, sim engine, expanded box score stats, weekly player rewards, and postseason playoffs. Updated player models. My thing is they still look a little rubbery, so we'll see how that looks on the field. These are the things, motion capture of defensive backs and stuff like that. And then this is the UI update. It looks so good. This looks very EA-like and very professional. And if there's one thing EA does really well, it's UI. The only news I have, I talked about at the top of my stream, is that right now they're just continuing to work on it. I don't know if the announcement's pending. I still think the focus is getting the next Fight Night out first and then back into EA, though there is that potential they pause the development again because they've done it at least 3 times. And then, yeah, you can wishlist the game on Steam. Playtest is coming up in December. So I do have an ad break coming up in about 3 minutes on the purple site because, you know, Twitch is going to do it. If you don't want those, or if you do want those, do I play the draft day sports games? I haven't played them in a while. The last one I played was football, pro football, because I had the Madden mod. Should I play Madden? The NFL is, I can tell you, they're not thrilled. The NFL, the biggest thing with the NFL is they don't want anything to come across that can damage the reputation of the Shield. And to see another football game come out and be more well-regarded and highly received and well-received and highly regarded as college football, it didn't sit well. Especially, I mean, there's a reason at one point, there was a week where Madden 24 took over Madden 25 in weekly active users. Things weren't going well with Madden. It's rebounded and shifted back to, you know, where people expected, but there's a reason we haven't heard anything of an extension to the exclusive license yet, and that's up within 2 years. There is a reason. It's because they're still talking. You need your rematch? I know, we got to play one day, Justin. Think I might do, if I do play, it'll probably be Mutt with my nephew and friend. We do Mutt squads. It's the only thing I really do in Madden right now. How do computers get drunk? How? They take. I want to laugh at that one. But I don't want to laugh at that one. That one I really like, though. Damn it. It's humble. Yeah, I saw that. It's X without the toxicity. Yeah. They do have a solid foundation in Maximum Football. I want to get back to that real quick. They do have a solid foundation in Max Football. There's certain things like the way quarterbacks kind of feels off. The way the ball comes out. You know, when you throw a football, you know, I don't have a football with me. But when you throw a ball, it rotates. In Maximum Football, it doesn't really rotate. It does, but it's super slow, so it like makes like one full rotation on a deep ball, and it kind of is pretty off-putting. It's pretty weird. Would you say the future of the defense, like the running the ball feels okay, tackling feels good, Dynasty mode feels fun. I'm excited for franchise next year. There's a lot of good with Maximum Football. It's just it definitely gameplay-wise feels like a mid to late 2000s Madden, which a lot of people still want. And I think that's going to bode well for them because a lot of people still want it. It is, of the indie football games I've played, it's the best feeling one I've played in a long time. A long time. Would I say the future of combat sports are looking successful or not? I think so. I think we're overall in a good place. I would love more competition, but we finally got Undisputed to launch 1.0 after 4 years of knowing about it from Esports Boxing Club. Like, it's a good thing to have. What keys unlock a banana? This better not be something offensive. What keys unlock a banana? Monkeys? God damn it. I knew that was coming. I thought about it before you typed it. I thought about what the answer was. Oh, I hate... Is this just going to become a dad joke channel at this point? I'm okay with it. Yeah, it's laggy. Like, I want them to put in option plays. I want them to... It is laggy in areas. I don't even know if laggy's the right term to put it. It feels, I don't know, something feels off in certain ways. What do I think of EA NHL finally adding coaches? A long time coming, but oh my God, did they screw up a few things. The likenesses, the stats, like Craig Berube's stats were all out of whack and out of order. Lindy Ruff looked nothing like Lindy Ruff with the Sabres. It didn't look good at all. It didn't look good. All right, you know what? While we're talking, I'm going to work on getting Madden loaded to do some squads. Yeah, how do cows learn about current events? Facebook. I don't know. How do cows learn about current events? I'm going to hate myself for asking this. That one's not funny. The Moose paper. I don't like that one. That one's not as funny. Not as funny. Not funny. Not funny. Not funny. Not funny. Not funny. Not funny, 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 Frank. Not funny.